If you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're still right. So that's a famous quote from Henry Ford, and it's very near and dear to my heart because I had it pinned up next to my desk in graduate school, kind of motivating me to go on. That was a very difficult thing for me in graduate school. Stopping picking or pulling or other body-focused repetitive behaviors is a very difficult thing. And I'm going to talk about the role of belief and believing in yourself and how you can encourage that as well. My name's Annette Pasternak. I'm the Stop Skin Picking coach. Today we're focused on belief. So this is one of the most important things that you need to recover from a body-focused repetitive behavior like skin picking. And I understand it's like one of the most difficult things to have too, right? Because you've been doing this so long, and even if you've had hopes and you're gonna stop, I'm gonna stop, all that stuff, and continually you're not able to, your self-esteem gets so beat down, and your belief that you can ever recover from this also gets so beat down. So I totally understand that you may not have any belief. Okay, and that's all right. So to not have belief at first, that's okay, because there's something that's just as important as belief. I don't know if I should say like the two have equal footing or not, but you cannot recover without either one, I think. And so you can start with one and it gives you a little other, start with the other. So what am I talking about? Okay, you also need to make actions, take positive actions. And so that's on the one hand, when you take the positive actions that you need to, things that you can find elsewhere on other videos or, in therapy and coaching, like my coaching programs, whatever. When you take those positive actions, they're going to have the effect of decreasing your picking. And as you see that happen, or, you're pulling whatever behavior you have, as you see some progress, hopefully you'll have a little more belief that you can get better. So in the beginning, you don't have to have belief exactly, you just have to have hope. A little bit of hope that, okay, if I take these actions, I'm gonna get a little bit better, I'm gonna get better. And then, that hope can lead to a little bit of belief, like, okay, this is working a little, let me keep going, let me see if I can get a little more better. So at first, instead of belief, if you can have hope, or if you can have faith, even that, just like, okay, I know this work is what I need to do right now. Maybe you're at the point where this is like, you can't take this anymore. And, oh my God, my microphone is not plugged in. So all you need to do at first is just focus on the work. And that's really the best thing anyway. It's like, just do the work, and belief will hopefully come. Now, in the meantime, you can borrow belief. Okay, borrow my belief. Like, I know everyone, I fully believe that everybody that has these behaviors can recover from them. Okay, you can get as much better as you're willing to do the work to get better. Totally, it's like where you put your focus, where you put your priority, and the work that you do, you will see results. Like, I have faith in everyone, and I've worked with hundreds of people on this, and so I can tell that I think from the people I've worked with, I think everyone can get better. Okay, so there's no doubt in my mind. So if you can borrow some of my belief and just be like, okay, I don't fully believe it myself, but Annette believes that everyone can recover, so maybe I'll just do this and that and, keep taking the steps until I believe it myself. So another interesting thing about belief, have you guys heard of the placebo effect? I mean, practically everyone has heard of it. Let's talk about that a little bit, because the placebo effect is all about belief and expectation. So the placebo effect, basically, it was, I believe, discovered in World War I when in some medical units, they ran out of morphine to give the soldiers that were injured. And so, some doctor just like put the saline in there and gave them saline instead of morphine intravenously. And a lot of the soldiers felt very much better. Like some of them, the pain was gone completely. And that's because of the placebo, or that's what they called the placebo effect. The mind or the brain expects that the pain is going to go away soon because you're being given a painkiller, or so you think. And then it just happens. So the brain rearranges our physiology based on what we expect. So it actually started releasing its own pain chemicals, or the body started releasing its own pain reducing chemicals, and the soldiers felt better. And they've seen placebo effect in all kinds of, basically every medicine, whether oral or even surgeries. Like, actually, the interesting thing is the more complicated the treatment, the higher the placebo effect, like the more we expect it to work. But this is a little bit too much detail about that. But my point in talking about the placebo effect is that when you believe something's going to work, it works. Okay, so, make sure that you keep up your belief in some way. So reading like testimonials, like go to the testimonials on my webpage for sure, stopskinpickingcoach.com/testimonials, because you're going to read stories of so many people. There's like dozens of them that have recovered from this. Look up, if you're going to look up videos, look up people that have recovered from this. There's a lot of depressing stuff on the internet, especially in regards to body focused repetitive behaviors, like people that are like struggling with it. So make sure that you're feeding your mind positive things. It's going to help your belief. Okay. Another thing that helps belief is keeping your physical state up. Okay. So we tend to be in a higher emotional state, a better emotional state, when we are getting physical exercise. Okay, if we're feeling depressed, we're not going to have any belief in ourselves. And getting some exercise, getting things moving is really the best thing that you can do to bring up your mood, bring up your energy. Okay, so that's really important. I don't think it is very difficult to recover from the skin picking when you're depressed. You really have to, and I think it's because of this belief connection, you really have to bring the mood up to have the energy to do the work, to believe enough, to feel encouraged enough to actually do the work. This is such a synergistic thing, the belief and the actions that you're taking. Make sure that whoever you're working with, it's because it can be so discouraging having setbacks, which you've got to expect. You just have to expect setbacks with this. Progress is not going to be linear. It's going to be bumpy, and there's going to be times when you do quote unquote worse. You're going to be doing more of the behavior. And the real key to recovery is not to give up at those points. You cannot give up when you have that low, when you're in a low, and that's when we tend to give up. You've got to get back on the horse. It's so important. That's where it's really important. Like that's what you've lost the belief in yourself. You've lost the hope. And so you've got to just not get discouraged when you have a setback or when you do more of the behavior. You just have to know, like, that's part of the process too. Learn what you can from it, but get back on the horse. And in those times, it's so good if you can be working with someone, or if you can have the support of a group, a coach, or a therapist. So make sure that when you're working with someone that you feel like they have that belief in you. Did you like this video? Press the like button and leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks.